Hey everyone, welcome to BrickVault. Today we are going to review the LEGO Harry Potter Hogwarts Clocktower set number 75948. Thank you so much to the LEGO group for sending this Harry Potter set down to us to do a review. It is the largest of the sets to come out for this June wave of Harry Potter sets for 2019. And it is built, the Clocktower you can see, is built in a way that can integrate with all of the previous Harry Potter castle builds that came out in the last wave. So I love that, and probably one of the more intriguing parts of this set, I know a lot of people are really excited about, are all of these minifigures. Some really great prints. Really, they did excel in the minifigure department this time around. I do want to say that the set is 922 pieces, sells for 85 pounds, 90 US dollars, or 90 euro. So that's the basic breakdown. Technically speaking, that is the single best part to price ratio from this wave. If you can, I know a lot of people don't really pay attention to part to price ratio so much. I feel like it's more of, does this set feel like it's worth the money, is kind of a more common and more intuitive way to sort of look at it. But anyways, yeah, that is technically the best part to price ratio. Let's get into all of the minifigs. First up here is Hermione Granger. She pretty much excels at every point as a minifigure here. This is the first time I've seen a minifigure at 1x2 brick, 1x2 plate stacked up to look like what I suppose is just kind of a thinner dress, sort of a dress that kind of hugs the hips a little bit more, less flowy. Wonderful print that matches up with the torso piece here and the 1x2. It would have been kind of nice if they decided to have the print go onto the back of the 1x2, but I don't know if they print onto two sides of a brick like that. This is her alternate expression. It's the same Hermione print face that we saw from the other sets. And yeah, really good. I like how the negative space there is done in sort of a highlight pink shiny print. Really good looking detail all around. And I took off the hairpiece so you could see the back, but just an excellent hairpiece as well. Really solid details all the way through. Wonderful fig. And now this is Madame Maxime. I've got to start zooming out quite a bit just to get her in the shot. So they put her on top of, what is that, a 3 brick high slope piece. Now you can see Dumbledore right there with the new gown piece for minifigs that's relatively new. They used to just do the 2 brick high slope piece for regular dresses. And I don't know if they're going to make a gown piece for figs this tall, just because Madame Maxime is a bit of a giant, and this is pretty much the only time you're going to be seeing them do prints like this for a figure like this. But look, they've got prints that go all along the front and the back, which I find so interesting. They decided to print on both the front and the back, and I think it's just because her dress is so detailed that it might not have made sense to not include so much more printing here, but it would have been nice if they did that for the 1x2 brick for Hermione. It's a little bit weird that they sort of skimped out for one and not the other. But anyways, great detailing. She's got an alternate expression, which looks really sad. Very good expressions. I like the dark lipstick as well. Just a useful minifigure face to have. This is, I know some people are going to be making some interesting characters with the Madame Maxime pieces. And then, let's move on to Dumbledore. I'm kind of going in the order of figures that I think are the more interesting in terms of pieces and prints. And Dumbledore is definitely up on the list. In fact, a lot of the main characters, Harry Potter, for example, is like the last guy in this order. But anyways, look at the prints that go along here. Really good. I love the mold for the hat that comes along. He's actually brushed his hair. Great pieces that make up everything for him. But let me take some of this off so you can see the prints. So this is Dumbledore without his hat or beard, and now look at that back print. Really excellent embroidery detail there. Also some good expressions underneath the beard pieces. But yeah, looks absolutely awesome. We really just don't get this lavender color used, like even just lavender arms. Just not as common. So it's nice to see that Dumbledore has brought out some really excellent pieces and prints for this character. Now, next up is Fleur. Fleur is looking pretty good with the simple silver and gray. You can see the silver highlights there, especially when you turn the minifigure to the side, but not much more. It comes along the back as well. Nice negative space. Simple. I suppose that's a pretty elegant dress, and I have a feeling she's got the same two expressions that she did, yes, in the last set with the Hungarian Horntail. Really, really excellent fig. And we're moving on to Viktor Krum. Love that side bit of fur detailing that goes along the front of the print there, and you can also see it goes all along the back. Good looking guy. I like the red highlights also. I think pop quite a bit, just the red torso piece, especially when you have all these figures together in the party scene. So he's a pretty darn good looking fig. And then Ron is hilarious. He kind of has that old weird suit that he's wearing. I think it was like a hand-me-down from one of his relatives, and it's very dated, and everybody knows it. It's got all that frill in the front and a weird red trim and kind of an odd bit of embroidery. Great print, and I'm glad that they took the time to accentuate his embarrassment, because if I remember correctly, that is how he is feeling during this scene. So good job on you, Lego. There he is. Neither of his expressions are really actually that good. He's kind of like, that's the best he's gonna get, but he still looks pretty darn nervous for this one. So good job on you, Ron. Here is Harry. Hey, Harry, why don't you turn around for us? All right, pretty simple. He's got a kind of a simple looking suit, robe suit. Remember, these are wizards, so it's not quite a tuxedo, but it's about as close as you can get to it in the wizarding world. Let's move that hair piece. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see the scar on his face. There we go. So there's Harry. He's looking pretty basic. This is his alternate expression. He's pretty much had the same set of faces throughout this entire wave, but that's fine. That makes sense. I'm not gonna dock anybody for any reason in any way on that. And last is Cedric. Cedric also has a really, really similar print. If you look at him and Harry together, basically he's got a black bow tie. It's a little bit smaller, and I don't know, I suppose maybe something else on the print is different. Yeah, slightly, but not really much. This is his face. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Those are all the figs. Let's get into the set. So just knocking out a few of the loose builds first, just so you guys can see some of the party decorations. These are things that you would add onto the outside of a bit of the builds. You've got some crystal and some glasses, a wonderful snow-covered Christmas tree, and another table with more bottles and glasses and ornaments. It's nice and shiny. Okay, let's get into the actual bit of the castle here, which I think is it just looks so good, and I'm really glad that Lego, it just keeps on adding more pieces to the puzzle, so to speak. Now this thing can be split into 3 different chunks very easily. I like that they do the pin and just the Technic with the cross piece, so it really only studs in with 1 pin each. It makes it a lot easier to disconnect and reconnect. It's great though. This is a pretty minor detail. I'm assuming you can maybe even add them to other parts of the Harry Potter castle, which I'm going to be trying out at the end of this episode. We've got an independent bit of building here, and this last one, the Clocktower, definitely the best, biggest part of the ornamental bit, so it's great. Let me just show you a function right now before I get into the back. There's a little gear here, and it can simulate, well, not just changing the time, but also specifically for this story, the actual changing of the actual time, like by setting the spell and going back and forward in time itself. Really, really nice though. So, anyways, let's get into each individual chunk of the build. Right-o, starting off at the top floor of the Clocktower, we've got the hospital beds, where all too many scenes take place in Harry Potter, and I think this is how the book ends, in the hospital recovery room. So yeah, you can lay minifigures down there. That's what these 2 jumper tiles are for. This is what operates the clock on the other side, like you just saw 1 second ago. It's very simple. It's not hidden or anything like that. You just twist this gear, and that's that. And it makes sense because I think this is when you find out about the whole time travel scheme from the book in this room. So there's a bit of continuity there. I like the build for the lamps and the little desks. It's a really nice little bit of Lego detailing here. And then probably more people appreciate this. This is the potions room, or sorry, defense against the dark arts room. Yeah, so you can see a few different magical, I was about to say gizmos, but that is definitely not the proper term here. There's the ink and quell. And I always call this the inkwell piece, but I notice not other people call it that. That's, for some reason, I think that's the first time I ever saw that piece being used. And I've always associated it with it that way. You can see, what is that? I can't read that particular, was that Moody, maybe? Yeah, and then there's some things that are labeled there. That's probably a bit from the book, I don't remember absolutely everything. This is the main bit of the hall, the Great Hall. You can just see the Goblet of Fire. Super basic build for that. And is there anything in the chest? No, there is not, but there is a chest. All right, so that's the first bit of the build. We've got the Great Hall with the goblet, defense against the dark arts, and the hospital bed. All right, moving down. This is Dumbledore's study. So pretty nice here. We've got the sword of Gryffindor. Is that the name of it? They might have a different name. The pensive? That's the memory thing, I think. There's another inkwell. We've got another little goblet and some sticker detailing. So let's get nice and close here now. You can see the Phoenix sticker in the back, no build for it. And looking here, I'm turning it up a bit so you can see a little bit better. We've got some detailing for sleeping. There's the sleeping wizard in the painting that is referred to all the time. There's another wizard and some more sticker detailing and the sorting hat. We've gotten pieces for like the sorting hat before. Ooh, and there we go. I really like that bit of sticker detailing. That can be super useful, I think, for a bit of extra embroidery as well. So anyways, I think Dumbledore's chair is pretty nice. The whole study is pretty darn good. It's not a bad Dumbledore's study. And then this is the prefect's bathroom. You got the double fountains, a little bit of a bath pool, and a mermaid. Heyo, there's a mermaid, Lego mermaid. I like that sticker. Is it a sticker for the mermaid?
It is a sticker.
Okay. That is indeed a sticker. For a second, I thought it was a print. I didn't actually apply this. And it's put onto a transparent window piece, so it really does have a wonderful sort of stained glass effect. In fact, I want to see more of this from Lego, because this actually looks really good as a detail. Yeah, I love that you can see it on both sides. So there is the prefect's bathroom, and then let's get to the last bit, and this is detailing that has everything to do with the Yule Ball. The Yule, am I saying that right? The Yule Ball. Right. So, and it really isn't much in terms of an internal detailing, because all it really is here is a function. You can see the fire, a little bit of the, let's turn that down, a little bit of the icy kind of theme to it. This is happening in wintertime. And then, yes, you see how this function works. You can guess what I'm about to do. So now that I've got them all set up, you can see Hermione and Viktor, Madame Maxime and Dumbledore, then Fleur and Cedric, and I guess Ron and Harry. So it's a really good little function. You can see pretty easily how it works. This is a relatively new plate piece. I think we saw it from Lego Movie 2 sets, if I'm not mistaken. This is how the DJ kind of dancing thing was for that van, that giant, you know what I'm talking about, that big weird looking space van from the Lego Movie 2. That's the first time I saw this piece, at least. And yeah, it makes the gear pieces work incredibly well. It's very simple. You guys might be able to see it a little bit easier if I zoom out too, just so you can see the sum total of how they really get this party started. Okay, let's get everything together again. Righto, so here is the set all together. I gotta say, this looks pretty darn good. This is something that I was not even sure they would ever really make into such a large set, but I'm glad that they did, because what they've managed to do is still have a bunch of general pieces of the story kind of plunged into this wonderful Clocktower build, and be able to build out the Yule Ball. So we get some opportunities for some interesting, unique minifigures with some awesome prints that I don't think we're ever going to see again. And yeah, it gave the designers, I think, an opportunity to also play around with some new printing ideas, like printing onto a 3 brick high slope, as well as just a regular 1x2 brick. All in all, I would say awesome. Can't wait to integrate this with the rest of the Harry Potter castle pieces, which I'm going to be doing right now. So these are my final thoughts. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and now let's see what this looks like when adding a few other pieces of other sets together with this. All right, now this was just a very, very basic few pieces of Harry Potter sets that I put together. I just wanted to see how much space that would actually take up. It's quite a lot, honestly. This is starting to look like it could be an amazing bit of display. Especially if we start adding, you know, the Whomping Willow and a few of the other bits of sets that we've managed to accumulate throughout the last couple of years. Lego keeps on making new Harry Potter sets. I hope they go for another wave. I hope they go for another big wave, another big chunk of the castle. I would not mind at all seeing more of these Harry Potter Hogwarts castle sets coming to life. This was a really good idea on the designer's part to make some continuity between all these chunks. Before, the Harry Potter castle sets pretty much were just kind of like one big set from one wave, and then like in a few years they would kind of redo it, but it would look different and the composition would be different. This is a really good idea on Lego's part, because now the more you get, the wider and bigger you can create the edge of your massive Hogwarts castle. So anyways, thanks again for watching, everybody. If you enjoy our content, you can always like or subscribe. We'll see you next time at BrickVault. Hey everybody, we just wanted to pop in very quickly, let you guys know that we've got ourselves a Lego web store. That's www.brickvault.toys, where the instructions for these incredibly high quality MOCs are being sold in PDF format. The revenue from the web store helps support us here at the channel, as well as the designers who help make these awesome MOCs. So thanks again for watching, everybody. That is www.brickvault.toys, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.